Okay. Good morning to everyone. I'll tell you, Mr. Gibson, in this matter, you're before the court charged with civil contempt of court due to your failure to pay child support and or related expenses. Upon a first conviction, you could be ordered to serve up to 45 days in jail. If it's a second or subsequent offense, up to 90 days in jail. You understand the charges?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. The court has appointed Mr. Sackrider to represent you in this matter. Had you had sufficient opportunity to speak to Mr. Sackrider in preparation for this hearing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Sackrider, are you ready to proceed?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Petrulli, I'll have you and Mr. Gibson, I'll have you raise your right hands, be sworn in, then we'll proceed.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Mr. Gibson?
I do.
Okay, thank you.
I do.
Okay. Ms. Petrulio, you can proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. It is the case of Shaniqua Williams versus Darian Gibson, DACA 2013, 1900 DP. Mr. Gibson is required to pay $175 per month current child support. The arrearages pursuant to a July 12th order are to be paid at $121.50 plus fees for a total of $300. The last payment paid was, well, that's been applied to the account, was $400 on October 10th. However, he did make a $900 payment in our office on the 17th, which was yesterday, which is still on hold. He has had 3 show causes in this case, no bench warrants and no findings of contempt. In the last 3 months, he should have paid a total of $900. He actually paid $1,300, which leaves him with a $400 credit. The bigger issue here, Your Honor, is that Mr. Gibson is not paying the support every month. I went into great detail with him back in July about him making his monthly payments and not just lump sums when he's either show caused or, you know, something's brought before him. He does have other cases, so he was told that he needs to either be in compliance with all counties so that money is received in each case. And if he can't do that, then he needed to come down here each month to pay. And that was back in July. It was adjourned to October 4th. On October 4th, he had not paid anything. So we adjourned it today to allow him to be represented by a court-appointed attorney. Like I said, he came up with $1,300 in the last week to bring this account to a better standing. His arrearage is $2,909.41 through October 18th. The custodial parent, Shaniqua Williams, is here and would like to address the court.
Thank you. The arrearage, does that take into account the money that is the 900 that's suspended at this point or not?
Ooh. That I'm not sure, Your Honor. I'm not sure if it does or not. I'm thinking it does not because it hasn't been applied to the balance yet. It's still on hold.
Thank you. Mr. Sackrider, do you contest or dispute any of the statements made by Ms. Petrulio?
No, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions for Ms. Petrulio?
No, Your Honor.
Any proofs, Mr. Sackrider?
I'd call Mr. Gibson.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, Mr. Gibson, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, so you made a $900 payment yesterday, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, and so per Ms. Petrulio's testimony, there is no shortfall in this case. And you are up to date. However, there is approximately $2,000 in arrears. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
Are you willing and able to bring that support obligation current if you're able?
I'll be able to start doing it, so I can't make a lump sum payment like that, but continuing to do the $300 a month until it's caught up. I can do that.
All right, Ms. Petrulio stated that she is having issue with you paying every month. is that something that you can begin to do in the future?
Yes.
All right. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Gibson, how are you going to, again, pay the current obligation when you have it in the past?
Well, Your Honor, I've been self-employed for the last 3 years, but I'm currently going back into the workforce. So payments can continue to come out my weekly check, and then any extra money I'm able to come across, I will just start paying so I can catch up to arrearage.
And you say you're going back in the workforce, do you have a job at this point that you're going back to, or have you not looked yet?
I'm starting one today.
And where is that?
It'll be through a temp service called Talent Strategy.
And where are they located?
I believe they're out of Grand Rapids.
Can you spell the name of that? I didn't catch what you're saying.
Talent Strategy.
Okay, strategy, Halleck?
No, talent.
Oh,
with a T.
talent strategy.
Talent strategy.
Okay, thank you.
And where will you be assigned? Do you know?
Lansing.
What's the employer though?
Buer Lansing.
Give me that one more time.
Or Buer Lumber. I'm sorry, Buer Lumber is the name of the company.
Okay. Sir, what's your education background?
High school diploma.
And do you know how much at Buer Lumber you're going to be making?
$16 an hour.
And will that be full-time?
Yes.
Anything else you'd like me to be aware of, sir?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Williams, you wanted to speak and say something. What would you like to say?
I just was only concerned about his ability to pay the child support monthly, simply because it hasn't been done in the past. I know the last hearing we had, it was discussed he would make monthly payments, and it's only when there's a show cause that he would pay lump sums. And you know, I know that he is an entrepreneur. He has, you know, different lines of income. So I didn't see the issue with him being able to pay monthly. I felt as if he could pay in lump sums, he'd be able to make regular monthly payments. The last actual hearing that we had over Zoom, he informed the office that he would be starting a temp agency in Okemos, and that was never reported. So it's just been an ongoing wait for assistance from him.
Thank you, ma'am.
Your Honor, Your Honor, is it too late for me to say something?
Yes, go ahead.
All right, so to attest to what she just said, I have six different children. I have cases in other counties. Like, it's not that I'm deliberately not paying child support. Like, I still have to stay afloat. Things happen. Like I said, I've been trying to do the best I can. If I can't just stop every single thing and jump to, it's not my fault that Shaniqua wants to live outside her means and is leaning back against me to try to make something happen. Like, she doesn't know I have multiple sources of income. She doesn't know that. That's not a fact. Like, so I don't understand. Like, I have no other problems with no other counties but Calhoun. So like, when she calls me to do something, I stop and do it. I could just say, I'm just pay friend of the court and let you deal with it that way. But it's not fair to my daughter, because I run into the situation where when I don't do something, I'm looked at as a bad parent in her eyes and my daughter's eyes. But then when I don't pay friend of the court, then I end up here. So it puts me in the pickle, and I'm still doing the best I can, juggling 5 other children, multiple other cases. I'm literally doing the best I can. It's not for me to come make those lump sums. I had to literally liquidate assets so I can do what I need to do. But not, I'm at the point now, I don't liquidate everything I can. I'm going back in the workforce. Whatever my previous calculation was from my job years ago, maybe I need to go back in and file some more paperwork and see, because now I'm starting at the ground level again, $16 an hour. And like I said, I literally have multiple responsibilities, multiple children. It's nobody's fault but mine. It's not an excuse. I'm literally doing the best I can. I'm not deliberately not doing it. Like every time I intend on trying to make a payment, something happens. Like I literally, like the last time when I was when me and Heather had spoke. I'm sorry, I don't know your last name. Address you by your last name, but literally a tree fell on my house. I had to take care of that out of pocket until my insurance company figured out what they were going to do, because my other kids they needed somewhere to live. When we had to go stay at a hotel, I had to pay for everything out of my pocket. Now, if it's a situation where it's Kendall, maybe I need to split up custody or something, where my daughter can stay with me half of the year and we can split some of this child support thing up or something, because it's not a problem that I'm neglecting her or that I can't do it. I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing the best I can. When me and her have conversations on the phone, it's completely different than when she come in the courtroom, and which boggles me, and I don't understand. And that's it puts a hinder on our relationship, far as parenting, far as everything. Because when we just had a conversation, what she just said, she didn't say none of that. She only says that when it comes to friend of the court, because she tries to live outside her means, and I feel like I'm being held responsible for somebody living outside their means.
Okay, hold on. Well, sir, how she lives and how she does is irrelevant to whether you pay child support. So
And
it
Your Honor,
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter
completely
what
understand.
she's doing if you're not paying your child support. If you're not supporting your children, then all that does.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
You're just living outside her means, it just puts more of a burden on her. So you need to pay, and if you pay on a normal basis and a regular basis, then maybe she wouldn't have some of the issues she's having. And as you stated, you have a lot of kids, but that's by your choice, nobody else's. So don't come in and cry about how many kids you have and your responsibilities when you created it.
I understand, Your Honor. And like I said, I'm not crying. I'm not playing the victim. Like I said, I'm literally just doing the best I can. But like when Nene calls me and she wants me to do something, I stop and I do it as soon as I can. That's all I'm saying. But from here on out, I'm just going to pay for it. I'm just going to pay for it in the court. And if my daughter cannot get what she needs right then and there when she needs it, it's just going to be that situation. So I can avoid having to deal with show cause hearings and stuff like that.
Well, that's what you have to do, and that's what the court is concerned about, is whether you're paying your obligation. What I'm going to do in this particular matter, Mr. Gibson, is I am going to adjourn this matter to December 20, 2023. Are you 8 o'clock, Ms. Petrolio?
Yes, Your Honor.
At 8 o'clock a.m. I want to see what's going to happen. You claim that you're going to be starting this new job today, and so you will have approximately 2 months in at the time we get back into court, and I want to see that you're going to be paying during that particular time. I will tell you, you've made some payments, which are good, but if I don't see any payments being made in that next 2 months, then you probably should prepare on going to jail, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll see you back on December 20th, 2023 at 8 o'clock a.m.
All
Thank
right.
you. Thank you for appearing, Ms. Williams.
Thank you.
You're excused. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you, Judge.